Hi, this is Dan from Gear Diary with a very first look at the newest product from 12 South. If you go to Gear Diary and you search 12 South, you'll see that we've reviewed numerous items from the company. There aren't that many actually, because the company is very specific about putting out a small number of high quality, highly useful tools and accessories. So they don't have 1,000 different products on their product page, but the ones they have are consistently terrific. So this new product, well actually, it isn't entirely new. It's actually a Rev 2 of an existing product. Although when you look at it, you realize that it really isn't a Rev 2 of anything. It's an entirely new product, even though it has the same name and the same exterior look. So let me explain what I'm talking about. My father-in-law loves his iPad. When he's at home, he uses a stand from Brodit from ProClip, but when he takes his iPad out, he takes it in this. Actually, he doesn't take it in this is mine, but he takes it in a book from 12 South. The book looks like a beautiful leather-bound book. It feels great, even smells like leather because it is. It's not synthetic, it's real leather. And when you open it up, after unzipping it, which is really important because it protects it 360, and when you open it up, what you find is that there are leather tabs down here, the iPad slips into it, and then there is a piece of elastic right here. The elastic goes over the iPad and holds it in place. Now, that does mean that the corners and this area are obscured by the retention grip clip areas, but it doesn't seem to be a problem. It certainly hasn't been for Mark, for my father-in-law. Now this case has another feature, and that has to do with this leather circle thingy here. If you take this and you fold it this way, and you take this leather cord that's attached, you can actually wrap the leather cord around the leather circle thingy, that's the technical term, and it creates an angle. You can use it for viewing content on your iPad. So it doesn't have a stand, but it does have a stand function built into it. But that's about all that this case does. It protects the iPad, it holds the iPad, it lets you have access to the iPad except for the corners and that place where the elastic is, and it functions as a stand. I've never really used this a lot just because it didn't add all the functionality that I know that I need, but my father-in-law swears by it, he loves it. Also worth noting, they have this for the MacBook Air 11 and 13 and for the MacBook Pro. So this is a whole line of products. There's also one for the iPhone, by the way. So this is the book from 12 South. So is this. But this is the new version of the book, and it's a whole different world. First difference, it's about a third thinner, if not more. It's a lot thinner than the original book for the iPad. In addition, I'm putting my fingers here, and there's actually room all around for my fingers to go. It's smaller in proportion. Now, it may just be my finger depth that's smaller, but that makes a huge difference when you're actually holding it. It just feels more compact, it feels tighter, it feels even better in your hand. It's thinner, as we said, it's smaller, and it's substantially lighter. Makes a big difference if you're carrying this around, but that's only the beginning of the changes. Whereas the original book simply held the iPad in place and then had a cord to do some stand functionality, this new book is a whole different world. When we open it up, you find the iPad here and this nice open area over here. Now this is the iPad being held in a leather frame rather than just slipping into angular pieces. That means it's not going anywhere. It's in there, and this interior piece, I actually referred to it in correspondence with the company as being a leather glove. It's that thin, like driver's glove leather that just kind of molds to your fingers and feels like a second skin. That's really what this is. In fact, I would love to see the company come out with a case that's just this interior piece, because it really does hold the iPad beautifully and protect it from scratches. Now, it's held this way, but here's a trick. Let me be quiet and hopefully you can hear this. There are snaps on the back side, so that it actually folds out this entire way. Now, why is that important? A couple of reasons. Number one, The camera on the iPad 2 and the new iPad is usable. It's not the most convenient thing in the world. I guess you could zip this up and have just two pieces. It's not convenient, but it does work. And that's important. You don't have to take the iPad out to use the rear camera. But there's more. On the back, there's a piece of leather. If you take it and you extend it and you lock it in right behind the snaps, it actually makes a really nice typing platform, and you can leave it like this, or you can fold this underneath. It holds really well. I've tried it. I did a lot of typing over the last couple of days on it, and it does not slip out. It holds the angle, even without it being physically connected in that way. It's just leaning there. Plus, if you take the iPad and you extend it this way, you can take the iPad, place it so that it gets caught by the zipper here, and what you get is a really nice viewing angle for the iPad. Again, I've used it over the last couple of days and it works beautifully. Plus, there's a little bit of a shade right here because of the way it's designed. I don't know if that was intentional, but it does work and it helps you keep the glare off the screen. So you've got viewing, you've got typing, and you've got reading, all in one case that looks like a leather-bound book, is thin, is light, and when zippered up, it protects the iPad 360 degrees, and it looks really cool. We want to thank 12 South for getting one of the very first new BookBooks to us to take an early look at it. This is a phenomenal case. I know that I'm going to be using this a lot. There's no way my father-in-law is getting this one because I love this case and I'm going to be using it. And if you're looking for a new case or you're looking for something that's a little bit different, that still gives you tons of functionality, but also adds that sense of wow to using your iPad, the new BookBook is worth a look. Our thanks to 12 South. Thanks to all of you for watching. This is Dan for Gear Diary.